Hello everyone, it's Oluwayewa Victor Ogunshola from iDPS Consult Netherlands. iDPS means I diagnose and proffer solutions. Today's video should be very useful for everyone. So, are you a student from any university anywhere in the world? Are you an entrepreneur that you own your own business? Or perhaps you're an industry professional working in any sector anywhere in the world? This video should be very helpful to us all. Firstly, I'd like to ask you a question. It's a new day, it's a new week, it's a new month, it's a new year. Do you have a plan? That's why today I'm going to be talking about the topic 10 tips to invest in yourself. The 10 tips that I will be talking about should help our personal effectiveness and our professional development. Yeah? Again, the question, do you have a plan? And I will be talking about 10 tips to invest in yourself. Let's start with tip number 1. Love yourself and empathize with others. Tip number 1. Love yourself always and empathize with others always. Maybe you're wondering, how do I love myself always? I have 2 tips for you there. To love yourself always go for effective self-management and effective self-awareness. For effective self-management, make sure that you are always staying healthy. Yeah? When there's life, there's hope. So make sure that you are always staying healthy. To stay healthy, exercise, eat healthy as well. Have enough rest. Yeah? So self-management, stay healthy. Also, self-management, stay happy. Stay happy at all times. Self-management as well, stay focused. We will talk about plans later on. So for self-management, stay focused on your plans. I also said to love yourself, you have to have a high level of self-awareness. That is, know your own strengths. Identify your strengths and capitalize on those strengths of yours. Your strengths as an individual is your unique selling point, or shall I say, your unique selling proposition. So identify your own strengths and capitalize on these strengths. Also, you can not be perfect all round, so that means there will be some areas for improvement. Your weak points. Identify these weak points and challenge yourself to turn these weak points around to become strengths. So for example, if you say you're not good with time management, or if you're not good, for example, with some particular area of the ICT skill, then you have to learn that skill, and then that goes from being a weakness into a strength. So also for self-awareness, you must be able to identify the numerous opportunities available in your local environment, in your national environment, and your global environment. And once you identify these opportunities, you must make sure that you explore these opportunities and exploit these opportunities. Yeah? That way you are self-aware. Also, for self-awareness, you have to be able to identify all forms of threats, or all forms of challenges, or all forms of barriers. And then you must find a smart way to go around them. So love yourself, effective self-management, love yourself, effective self-awareness. Don't forget that I also said, in addition to loving yourself, you must empathize with others at all times. To empathize with others means to see things from the point of view of others, to see things from others' perspective, to put yourself in the shoes of others, which means you are always thinking of a win-win situation. To be assertive, not to be aggressive, not to be submissive, not to be passive aggressive, but to be assertive, that is to think of a win-win situation. So again, tip number 1, love yourself, that is effective self-management of yourself, effective self-awareness of yourself, and as well empathize with others. Yeah, let's go for tip number 2. Tip number 2 is to be productive. Be productive. If it's not adding value, please just stay away from it. What am I saying? If you're involved in any activity or relationships, perhaps personal relationship or professional relationship and it's not adding value, please cut it out. So ask yourself, this activity, is it going to improve my personal effectiveness? Is it going to help me develop more professionally? If the answer is no, please cut it out. Yeah. So be productive. Be productive with yourself. Be productive with others around you. Make sure that that friendship, that activity, that project is going to add some value to you or to a loved one. That was tip number 2. Tip number 3 is to learn and do something new all the time. Yeah. Learn and do something new all the time. Be creative. Yeah. Learn a new language, for example. Yeah. Perhaps as well, you can learn a new skill. It could be to cook. Yeah. It could be to learn a new sport, so that you stay healthy. So tip number 3 is to learn and do something new all the time. It will be interesting if you can comment in the comment section the new thing that you're going to learn today. What new thing will you learn this week? What new thing will you learn this month? Or what new thing will you learn this year? We want to hear from you. Let's go to tip number 4. Tip number 4 is that to be successful, to develop yourself personally or professionally, it's important that you find a mentor. Please find yourself a mentor, someone that you can learn from, someone that can motivate you, someone that can offer you professional support, someone that can challenge you from time to time, someone that can teach or train you, someone that can push you to achieve your personal effectiveness or your professional development. So find yourself a mentor. And when we talk about finding yourself a mentor, you don't have to know this mentor. So for example, you could be from Mexico and you say, oh, I want to be good in business. I want to be a successful entrepreneur. Wait a minute, I will make Sir Richard Branson my mentor. And you follow Sir Richard Branson and you read his autobiography, and then you follow him on LinkedIn, for example, and then you say, how did he start his business? When there were challenges, how did he go through this business? For example, for the record, Sir Richard Branson is the CEO Virgin Group. Or you could be, let's say, from Egypt, and then say, wait a minute, Jack Ma from Alibaba Group will be my mentor. And then you follow Jack Ma on YouTube. So find yourself a mentor. That's because that mentor can challenge you, can motivate you, can push you to success. You don't have to know your mentor. For example, at a very early age, as early as age 8, I believe, I made Mahatma Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi of India, the late one, it's not even alive, my mentor, and I read a lot of books from about him, and I learned that leadership is about inspiring others and influencing others. He played a great role for me to be aware of what leadership is all about. Find yourself a mentor. Let's go to tip number 5. Tip number 5 is that you should save your money. Get a piggy bank. From time to time, just drop it in here. Check it in 1 year's time. Check it in 6 months' time. Check it in 2 months' time. If you drop a dollar a day in the piggy bank, at the end of the year, that's $365. So if you drop $10 a day in the piggy bank, how much do you have at the end of the year? So save your money. Open a savings account today. Open a savings account this week. Open a savings account this month. Open a savings account this year. Save your money. Go for the best deals. Imagine that I just got a product today, and that product cost me $200. But that product, if I had waited for 1 week, next week is going for 50% discount, and I would have gotten that same product for $100. I could have saved $100 if I waited just 1 week. So go for the best deals, get a piggy bank and save your money, open a savings bank account. Tip number 6 would be to invest your money. Make your feasibility studies, check for profitable ventures, and invest your money in new profitable business ventures. Remember, tip number 5 was to save your money. Tip number 6 was to invest your money. Tip number 7, educate yourself. Educate your mind. There are lots of free courses online, free courses on YouTube, free courses on LinkedIn. Go for these free courses. Get a book to read. Read a new book. To educate yourself, always ask questions. Ask the questions of what, ask the questions of why, ask the questions of who, ask the questions of when, ask the question of where, ask the question of I. Be inquisitive, inquire more, inquire more, and inquire more, and then you educate your mind. Put yourself in a position that you want to discover things more and more. So educate your mind. That was tip number 7. Tip number 8 is that go for effective time management. Do not procrastinate. We already procrastinate. Limit your level of procrastination. Stop procrastinating. The time to do it is now. And when you have a plan, please put a time to it. When you put a time to it, that's when you can say, wait a minute, I have 2 days more. Now I have to do it. Please go for effective time management. The time to start that is now, right now, today. Let's go for tip number 9. Tip number 9 is to practice gratitude. Be thankful, be grateful to your loved ones, to your colleagues, to your friends who support you personally or professionally. It's not mandatory that these guys support you. It's not mandatory that they empathize with you. So when they support you, when they empathize with you, show gratitude, be grateful, and be thankful. Don't say, oh, but that was very minor, but that was very simple. Don't say, but if it was me, I'll do the same. Don't say that. When somebody does something nice for you, when somebody is there to support you, please show gratitude, be thankful, and be grateful. Now we go to the last tip, which is tip number 10, which is have a plan. Remember the first question I asked you earlier on is, do you have a plan? So tip number 10, have a plan. But don't just have a plan, have a smart plan. To have a smart plan means that your plan must be specific, your plan must be measurable, your plan must be achievable, your plan must be relevant and realistic, and your plan must be time bound. Have a plan. Also, ensure that your plans are flexible. For example, look at the situation we are in now. We've got COVID-19. If you had a plan, don't go to bed and say, after all this COVID-19, I can do nothing. It could be that you were planning to study. Be flexible. Now you cannot have physical classroom studies. Go for the option of online study. Perhaps you even learn something new with ICT skills needed to study online. It could be that you own your own restaurant. Business has gone down now because of the lockdown situation from COVID-19, and you can get people in the restaurant to eat. Have a plan. Go for takeaway. People can come in, take away the order and go away. Or maybe you can deliver to people's homes. Have a plan. Make sure that your plan is smart. Make sure that your plan is flexible. You must have heard about the saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So have a plan. That was 10 tips, or so we say 10 ways to invest in yourself today, this week, this month, this year, and all your life. Thank you very much. I'm sure that this video will be useful for someone, so we'd like to hear from you. Did you enjoy this video? Please give it a thumbs up on YouTube, make comments in the comments section, or you want to send us a message on how we can improve our services to you, please write us an email at info@idpsconsult.com or visit our website www.idpsconsult.com. At IDPS Consult Netherlands, we love to serve you, we love to educate the world. You know that I will not go until I talk about my passion. And my passion is that Africa must develop. Therefore, I say, are you an African anywhere in the world? Keep doing everything to promote the unity of the African continent, and keep doing everything to ensure that Africa must develop. This is where it comes to an end. Therefore, in English language, I like to say, thank you very much. Dutch language from the Netherlands, I like to say, thank you well. Yoruba language from Nigeria, West Africa, I like to say, ẹ ṣé o. Bye.